Alright, guys, we're gonna check out another Asmongold video today. Alright, okay. And again, thanks to all of the people who checked out my last video. I got about like 900 views on it. So I'm very grateful to all of you guys and thank you for checking out and three people subscribe. Yeah, since I'm a new YouTube channel, again, thank you to all those three people who subscribed to my channel and let's go.
Clashes between protesters and security forces in Iran now turning deadly, with at least 3 people killed and 17 injured at a protest today, according to a semi-official state
Yep,
news
it
agency.
is.
The demonstrations have been escalating for days, sparked by worsening economic conditions in the country. Cost of living is high, inflation is soaring, and Iran.
Okay, I don't know, like if I can do a poll on YouTube. If I can, I would, but and since I don't have that many subscribers, what do you think like this protest, like this series of protests will get rid of the IRGC anytime sooner, or do you think that maybe the next one or the after that one would get rid of the IRGC? Because I think because nowadays that even the security forces and the police forces who are joining in the protest against the government and they are supposed to be the soldiers of the government, so it's bad, it's very very bad for the IRGC. They're probably about to go for sure.
Iran's currency recently crashed to a record low against the dollar. This video shows a protester
Yep.
sitting in the street, appearing to defy officers, leading some online to draw comparisons to
Man,
this image from
that's
Tiananmen Square.
that's a brave guy.
Yeah, it was the first thing I thought of too.
In
That's a
Tehran,
brave
a
guy.
number of shopkeepers closed their doors in protest earlier this week.
Damn, even the
They appear to be
shopkeepers
the
and businessmen, they are even closing their sh- door because damn, that's a lot. Damn.
biggest demonstrations in the country since 2022, when mass protests erupted over the death of Masa Amini. The 22-year-old died in police custody after she
Imagine a 22-year-old girl getting killed because she didn't wear the proper dress according to the government. That's a fucked up society, isn't it?
was arrested for not properly wearing a hijab. The latest unrest comes amid a period of heightened tension between Iran.
Yep, that's exactly it. Why do you think that the U.S. went to war with Iraq, Syria, Libya, and Iraq, and now wants Iran regime change? It has nothing to do with America. You're not even. America is not the center of every political event that happens in the entire world.
Yeah, and also like it's the people of Iran who are pissed off and annoyed of the government. Like, okay, let me explain it to you guys in this way. Let's say you like the currency of Iran, it's probably real. Okay. So real, yeah, sorry, my bad. You worked all week or all month and you got like a salary for, let's say you got like 30,000 or 40,000 real, and you can't buy bread with it to feed it to your children. Forget about buying bread for yourself. You can't even buy bread for your own children or for your mother and father or for your significant other, I mean, or wife. Would you not feel outrage against the government? Because that's the situation in Iran for decades because of inflation. And it's not just inflation, it's kind of like hyperinflation, almost similar to like Zimbabwe. Like Zimbabwe's inflation was so bad, they had to use US dollar and they had to stop using their own currency. They made like freaking $1 million note, something like that. So something like that is gonna happen in Iran if they don't fix it. And on top of that, the people can't get water. If you can't get water, why won't you be angry at the government? I mean, let's face it, that's just, and also like what America is doing to Iran. Like, I mean, apart from the bombing and apart from the war, are they like giving money to the protesters? Hey, come and protest against the government. Well, the government can't even give them water. Why the fuck they would not protest against the government? Like, it's a dumb question.
Know this might be hard for you to disconnect from, but has it ever occurred to you that maybe the Iranian people don't want to be oppressed by a bunch of psycho fucking religious nutballs?
Yep.
Think about that.
Yeah.
Iran and the West. The Iranian president recently said his country is
By the way, this guy, yeah, this guy is an elected Iranian president, but he doesn't take the decision. It's basically the pawn, the figurehead. The guy who takes the decision is Khamenei, Ruhollah Khamenei.
quote engaged in a full-scale war with the U.S.
It's kind of like if you know Japan history, like the emperor was basically the figurehead. It's the shogun who takes the decision. But on piece of paper, the emperor is the king or the supreme ruler. But the emperor doesn't really do anything. It's the shogun, the military leader, who does that. Where in Iran's case, it's kind of like the president who was elected by the citizen vote. He's supposed to be the end all and be all when it comes to taking decision, but it's not like that. It's actually the supreme cleric. Imagine in Italy, they have the Vatican in Italy. They have a president. Her name is Giorgia Meloni. I don't know if she's prime minister or president. Probably president. Yeah, okay, let's call her president. Yeah, she is elected by vote, but the Pope himself gives her the heads up whether to take any decision or not. It's not the case like that in Italy, is it? But in Iran, this is the case. It's the supreme cleric or supreme Islamic Pope who gives him the heads up. Then they can go and they can like freaking like all the government, all the freaking like elements of the government, they can take the decision and they can like go with policy making without the thumbs up from the supreme Islamic cleric of Iran.
Israel, and Europe. And earlier this week, President Trump issued this stark warning to Iran over its nuclear program.
I hear that Iran is trying to build up again, and if they are, we're going to have to knock them down.
Dozens of
Yeah, simple. They're gonna build it again. They're gonna get bombed again because you, you can't get you can't give like a fundamentally radical government nuclear bombs because because at the end of the day nuclear is like a last option any country wants to take. It's kind of like a deterrent. It's like, yeah, if you're gonna attack me, I got very big guns. If you're gonna attack me, I'm gonna fucking blow the shit out of you, so don't attack me. Fine, good. That's the policy with like nuclear warhead. Every country who has nuclear bombs, they got like a shield. It's kind of like a shield. But if it's a fundamentally radical regime who has that power, they're probably gonna don't they're probably not gonna give a shit and they're gonna be like, oh, okay, I don't like you, I'm gonna bomb you. And then what? Start of World War III, every country is shooting nuclear at one and another, and we're like back to Stone Age.
protesters have been arrested.
Yep.
And the State Department tonight saying demonstrators are facing, quote, intimidation and violence from Iran's government and is calling on the crackdown to end. Kate?
We think.
Yep, no, this is exactly what's happening. And the water crisis in Iran is the final straw for people.
Yeah,
Yeah, of
it
course.
is.
Come on, Secret Service has fingers in that. What are you even thinking about? So I don't even understand what your logic is. So because you've invented a conspiracy that the United States is the one that's trying to push for this Iranian regime change. So now it's bad.
Okay, even if US is trying to push for this regime change, at the end of the day, it's a good thing. I think it's a good thing because people are thirsty for water. we're talking about thousands or millions of people who can't even get drinking water to drink. And mind you, Iran is in like Middle East or Central Asia where it gets really hot. It's essentially parts of Iran is desert. You can't find drinking water in a desert. You need to get water, especially if you're in a desert. So I'm like, if the government can't, if a government can't ensure that, they should step down. But here they are, never gonna step down. They've been in power for 46 years or 47 years, and they're strangling Iran. And Iran used to be very rich and very developed country. Like it, I mean, for fuck's sake, Iran had an empire before Alexander the Great. Like, did you saw 300? The Persians, the Xerxes, he's Xerxes, the evil guy who's like all like shiny and bald and decked out with jewelry. I mean, probably in actual history he didn't look like that, but that's the name that he is, like the character. Xerxes, that's an actual Iranian or Persian emperor, who had a large empire. So Iran is a very ancient and very old and very rich place. Yes, they were much more richer in the past. They had a very large territory. Gradually, they kind of decreased and diminished, but still, it's an ancient civilization which there's even if they are not in the same level of, let's say, any western country, because western countries they became like hyper developed very quickly because of industrial revolution. They should be on par with India because it's a very old civilization, and people in India, at least they can drink water and get some food. Yeah, they don't have any civic sense in India, but at least the government makes sure that they can drink water and get some food. But with Iran, they don't have that. When you become that desperate that you don't have any water to drink or food to eat, you're gonna have a very violent reaction and violent protest for sure.
It doesn't even make sense. It makes sense when all they care about is hating America. Yeah,
Yeah, it
exactly.
does.
And I think that's generally what's happening. And
Yeah.
it's just getting worse and worse.
To a near standstill, the whole country, due to a government
Yeah, look at all this.
shutdown
Holy
caused
shit.
by protests across the country
Maybe
against
that's a
their
little guy,
government.
but
This is the biggest in
oh
3
shit,
years.
that's some
Our next
WWE
guest says
move
the
there.
Iran protests are about far more than just the cost of living, which, by the way, is skyrocketing.
Yeah,
Let's
it's a
bring in
shithole.
Jonathan
Yeah, and it's gonna
Hyronoff.
skyrocket
He's
even more.
Israel's international spokesperson
Things are not
at the
fixed.
United Nations.
Iran has
and author of
48%
Unveiled,
inflation. That's
Inside
pretty bad.
Iran's, Women, Life,
very
Freedom,
bad.
Revolt.
Yeah.
Jonathan, your thoughts about what might be different about day 6 now of this unrest in Iran, because we've seen this before.
They're
We've
roaching out
absolutely
hard.
seen this before, and great to be
Oh,
with
yeah.
you, Brian. I think it's important to note that the protests that are taking place currently in Iran are not just
This
about
guy's
the
British
dwindling
guy.
economy, not just about the currency plummeting. It's very much a culmination of 46 years of the Iranian people having been
46 years.
brutalized by their regime, and they're saying
Yep.
enough is enough. And we're seeing protests increase.
It's essentially the situation is like the regime itself is kind of holding hostage the whole country, the common general public of the whole country, and they're basically siphoning off resources from them so that they can create proxy wars and fund extremist terrorist group like Hezbollah, Hamas, Houthi. So yeah, if you get rid of that regime, those extremist terrorist organizations, they're not gonna get funding anymore, and most of the wealth that goes outside of the country of Iran for the funding purposes of this extremist organization, they will be used within the country so that the people of Iran can enjoy a better life and a better living situation. So like that's why I view this protest or this view this protest as a good thing, and also that's why I also view that this regime needs to go. Otherwise, the people of Iran, they'll be fucked for even more decades, even more years. Like they have been fucked over by this regime for 46 years already. Do you want them to be? Do you like? Imagine, try imagining like living in Iran. Try to put yourself as a basic Iranian guy. Like if you're a teenager, try imagining you are a teenager living in Iran. If you're a guy in their 40s or in their 30s, try imagining yourself being born in Iran, being 30 or 40-year old. And if you're a senior citizen, like let's say 60 or 65 or 50, try imagining you were born in Iran and you like seen all that. Like somebody who's like freaking, I don't know, like 60 or 65, they probably saw how well life was in Iran when they were a teenager, and now they can see that life is shit. Like they probably tell to their grandkids or their like children that, hey, I had a better life when I was a young boy compared to how you are now. And it's worse for even women because women, they they will get jailed if they're not wearing the proper dress. And a 22-year-old girl died. So it's fucked up.
increase in terms of where it's spreading to more than a dozen of Iran's 31 provinces. And it's
Yeah.
not just the shopkeepers and the bazaar owners and the merchants who are taking part. You've got Gen Zers,
Yep.
you've got young people, you've got old people, and
I think it's primarily young people that I've seen. There's been a lot of young people.
Yep.
everyone is collectively saying that they've
Because they know that their future is fucked.
had enough of this very brutal regime.
I mean,
Yep.
you talk about Iran, talk about inflation. You know, people complain about 2.7%.
Do you see his timing as coincidence or link? Trump threatening Iran and all of a sudden mass protests? I actually don't. I think that really there's probably a good chance. So Iran is probably this could be their play. I don't really know. But they could be trying to drum up a conflict in the eyes of the people between Iran and Israel or Iran and America in order to make the people in that country who are patriotic side with Iran to prevent making people think that Iranian government has failed them. So like basically you're falling back on, you know, people being afraid for their country and hoping that that nationalism will take over and they won't be able to look at it objectively. Do you see what I'm saying? I think that's definitely a possibility of what's happening. But I think also like us bombing those Iran centers as well, I think that every single thing that we've done has made them weaker over time. And generally, like that's always been my position.
And also, like US bombing the nuclear centers in Iran, that's a net positive thing, not just for Iran, but also for the whole world. Like a regime who funds terrorist organization to create war throughout the whole Middle East. Imagine if they get nukes on their hand. Yeah, it's collectively a bad thing, just not just for Iranians, also for the Middle Eastern people or Central Asian people, and also in general in that region. But also because nuclear winter is a thing, it's a bad thing for the whole wide world also. So a regime like that who funds terrorist organization, if they get a hold of a nuclear warhead, it's like it can be the start of World War III, and nobody wants World War III.
Position on this is that, like, I think that we should keep bombing Iran to the extent that they
Oh
keep
yeah,
trying to make nuclear weapons. We absolutely should.
yeah,
I don't want them with nuclear weapons. I don't want them with ICBMs. I don't want them with anything. They're a bunch of fucking psychos, and I don't want to have to deal with them at all. So,
yeah. Like yes, like Asman said, they're a bunch of psychos, and psychos with nukes is a dangerous recipe.
fear is their ultimate weapon. Absolutely.
Oh
So,
yeah,
yeah, bombing's helped a lot. People need help. Yeah, and so every single time that happens, though, it chips away at it chips with Israel. What do you talk? Every single conversation about Iran doesn't have to do with Israel. Like, there are some people that
And
try to make everything about Israel because Israel and Iran have problems, but Iran can exist as a separate problem that is completely different from Israel. Like, Iran, even if Israel didn't exist, Iran would still be a problem.
yeah,
Has
exactly.
nothing to do with that. So, my
And
point is
and
that,
people don't understand history, or people don't know about history, or maybe they are just ignorant. But Iran and Israel, they used to work together in the 1950s to like get rid of like Islamic Brotherhood, and also to get rid of like communistic tendencies in Middle East, throughout the Middle East. So Iran and Israel, they used to be the most, like Iran and Israel, they used to be like thick and thick. Like if you, for example, like um, how do I say it? Like, yeah, like Goku and Krillin. Yeah, they're best friend. So Iran and Israel, they used to be like Goku and Krillin, best friend. One is much more powerful, other one is not that powerful, but they used to support each other. Like you get like sensu bean from Krillin, so that's a help. So Iran used to be like that for Israel. I mean, I don't have any affiliation with Israel, and neither I'm not even Jewish, so I'm a Christian. But yeah, Iran like used to be the number one ally of Israel after America, obviously. But look at now, because of the fundamentalist regime, because in Islam, it goes to like 1400 years ago, or like 1500 years ago. Do you know how Muhammad died? The Prophet of Muhammad died. He died because a Jewish woman made him poisonous meat, some kind of poisonous meat, and he ate that. And after eating that, he died. So a Jewish woman killed the Islamic prophet. That's why most Muslims hate Jewish people. That's like one of the main reason. I mean, granted, Muhammad didn't die right at that moment. He died gradually few years later, but he was suffering from that, because he was saying that, oh, it feels like as if somebody's like cutting my aorta, like that is the throat. So yeah, so it comes down to the ideological level and religious level, and we all know if it's a fanatical religious regime who's in power in Iran, so yeah, obviously they're gonna hate Jewish people, then they're gonna also hate the Sunnis because they're Shia. They even hate their own, like they even hate this other Muslims who just follow different sects. So yeah,
I think that what's happening now is that they've chipped away so much at the credibility because an Iranian government and any government that's like an oppressive, totalitarian military dictatorship, basically, or totalitarian, I don't know, you can use 50 different words, right? But the point is, any shitty government that's controlling, they have to maintain the illusion of power and the illusion of fear. And the moment that that's gone, then the people revolt and they're dead.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
That's the reason why they're doing it.
Inflation here. In Iran, it's at 42.2%, $1 compared to 1.4 million reals. That's their currency. So people are saying we can't afford
One
anything. There
dollar
also is a war.
equals to 1.4 million real. Fuck me. Everybody's gonna be a fucking millionaire. And I make like freaking like $500 a month. I would be fucking millionaire in Iran.
Shortage. And how do they feel about billions of dollars, between $1 and $2 billion being sent to Hezbollah since the war ended, and about 300
See?
million being sent to Hamas while they're living in these conditions?
See, I told you, like Iran, the regime funds terrorist groups. They're sending money to Hezbollah, like millions upon millions of dollars to Hezbollah, and also to like Hamas, or uh, I don't know what's the other organization, but they're all terrorist organization. Like a common public, or a common general person in their country can't afford bread, and you're sending money to other like militia groups in other countries so that you can establish puppet government who are aligned with your own ideology in that country. Like, I mean, come on, like really? They don't, that the regime, they don't care about the common public of Iran. No wonder it was not matter of if or how, it's a matter of when the public would be pissed off and they would like everybody has a level of tolerance. I must say the Iranian public, they suffered for 46 years. They have a very high tolerance or high threshold for punishment. But at some point that threshold or the tolerance level, like you can't take it anymore and you just want to retaliate. And retaliation like this protest, it's bound to happen and it's probably going to happen even more unless the regime is completely depowered and will probably never come to the power, hopefully again.
What
Yep,
you're seeing,
exactly. Iran is funding terrorism all around the world.
Yep.
1 USD is equal to 42,000 Iranian rial. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really fucking bad.
Damn.
is Iranian people very vocally linking Tehran's destructive foreign policy to their own economic misery.
Yep.
When they can't afford to provide food and water on the table for their families,
Absolutely.
at the same time they're seeing the regime pump billions of dollars into terrorist proxies abroad.
Yep.
That's going to irritate people, and that's why they're going into the streets.
Yep.
Look,
W.
should we get
Baldi.
involved
Irritate.
in unrest inside countries. It's
Irritate is a massive understatement.
It's gonna make people pissed off.
You talk about freedom and totalitarianism. Should I remind you of what happened during COVID and until Elon bought Twitter? Yeah, go ahead and remind me about that and then compare it to the Islamic regime of Iran. Go ahead and talk about getting banned on a social media website. It's the same as a police force that's going around and policing whether women are showing their hair or not. There are levels of control and levels of totalitarianism.
Okay, Iran is not like North Korea, but Iran is not like I mean if you get banned from Twitter or Reddit, that's that has nothing to do, like that is nowhere near anywhere close to where you can't wear, let's say, t-shirt or jeans in public. Like, I mean, come on. If you can't wear even t-shirt and jeans out in the public and open your hair for women, like, are you comparing that with, oh yeah, I shared something, I shared my opinion about something and I got like a I got banned in a social media platform. You're comparing that with that? Grow up, guys. Grow up. Grow up. That annoying commenter guy.
That the Western mind can't even comprehend.
No, they can't.
You don't even know how bad it is. Like, yeah, that was bad that we had that happen here, but that's nothing compared to what's going on over there. It's not even in the same universe.
It's
dangerous,
it's
risky
not.
proposition. In 2009, not only did we not get involved, we didn't say a word when President Obama was president. He wanted to do that horrible Iranian deal that fell flat on his face and was being abused, and now it's been unwounded. But listen to what President Trump just put up on Truth Social a few hours ago, saying this. If Iran shoots and violently kills peaceful protesters, which is their custom, the United
what they
States
do.
of America will
Yeah,
come to
that's what they
rescue.
do.
We are
Yep.
locked and loaded, ready to go. Thank you for your attention on this matter. What does this do?
I think it puts the regime on watch, and even if they don't take that message seriously, I think it will also encourage international organizations like the UN, Western government, and mainstream media.
UN is shit. I'm sorry, UN is full of shit. UN is captured by left-wing politics decades ago. It's a failed organization. I'm sorry, it is.
To actually focus on what's going on in Iran.
Well,
And
it's
that's
also good to give the Iranian people a degree of like feeling like somebody's on their side. I mean, I think
like
that matters a lot too.
it's a source of hope. Like, okay, a powerful country like US, they also don't like this regime. So maybe with their help, or maybe if we do something, they're not gonna, they would support us. Maybe not with ammunition, but they will at least spread our story. They will spread our sufferings so that the rest of the whole world can see and they will know that what we are doing is justified. Hope is a very strong like power. I was going to say defense, but in this case, it's power against tyranny and oppression. If you have hope that no matter how shitty your situation is, you can eventually get out of it, you can take action. Because I mean, everybody on the world, they definitely say like Animal Planet or Discovery. Like whenever you see like a lion catching a gazelle or catching a wildebeest or zebra, there are some like zebras or some wildebeest or some gazelles who just gives up when the lion is sinking its teeth onto the animal's throat. But there are other zebras I've seen like in a video, a crocodile takes like a chunks of its like back legs around its butt area, but somehow the zebra keeps moving and then the zebra crosses the water. If an animal can escape from water, or like within water from a crocodile with hope, like don't be that gazelle who gives up. Be like a zebra or be like a Cape buffalo. Yes, I have hope. I'll get out of it, and I'll if I have to sacrifice my blood, I will do it. Yeah, I might sound like a revolutionary, but that's how most people got their freedom back from tyranny in the world.
Been lacking up until this
I
point.
mean, you think about Iran. They've been kicked out of Syria, thankfully, right? Whatever you think of the regime, they're not welcome there.
Yeah.
That's right.
They have a
That's a good thing.
foothold in Iraq.
And now the guy from Syria is here in the United States. He's in the White House. Everything's
Yep.
fine. We're able to do business with him again. And if there's a problem, we can work with the government. Everything can be a lot better than it is now.
Yeah, everything can be better. And
That's it.
and the funny thing is that guy used to be like
If there
a
could be
FBI's
something done there to
top
free
most
Iraq
wanted
to have their
terrorist
own
list, but
elections
That
without
tweet
the
made more people come to the
stranglehold
streets
that
because
Iran's
Trump gave us
militias have.
hope. Yeah,
This
no
could be a
doubt.
ripple effect throughout the
exactly
region.
hope.
This could have a transformative impact, not just in Iran, but in the entire region. When we're talking about things like Abraham Accords,
Yeah.
imagine an Iran that is no longer governed by these brutal dictators and actually has a leadership that wants to pursue peace.
So what should
Yeah,
be
you've got to keep in mind. Like, I mean, I showed the geography of Iran before.
It's an
Iran
amazing
has the potential to
geographical
be like an
location.
incredibly rich country.
Oh, yeah.
Probably a top 10, maybe not top 10, maybe not, I don't know. But at least a top 20.
Yeah, at least top 20, top 15. Iran was an old ancient empire. It was rich. It was rich very early on in the planet history.
Wealthiest countries in the world based off of their geography, the amount of human capital they have, and just in general their history. Iranians historically are incredibly well educated
Yep.
and a very intelligent people.
Iranian
this is
doctors
just,
are
it's
amazing.
a factual statement. You just look this up yourself. You're going to find it. And Persian Empire version 2. Yeah, exactly. So they should be poised to be in this position. These people should not be living in a shithole. It's ridiculous.
No,
And
yeah.
it's a total
It's-
perversion of what I think that
It's a shit show over at
what
Iran.
their
and
destiny should be.
people are
Persians,
fucking.
not Iranians. Yeah, it will be soon.
the next step for the U.S.?
Persia used to be one of the
The next
greatest,
step
if not
for
the greatest
US, I think
empire at
President
times. It
Trump
was.
characteristically
It
brave
was.
and bold and direct in his message this morning. I think we should continue to focus on what's going on inside.
Like, for fuck's sake, they're like Prince of Persia. Persia used to be a fucking huge empire in the medieval, like before even medieval times. Like, look at now, where they have, like, how they have been reduced because of bad leadership.
Kill protesters, and they have. They killed the 37-year-old.
I'm sure they kill people.
and they've
Yeah.
taken
Yeah.
a couple of dozen.
I mean, if it's a
women,
protest,
into
people
prison,
will get
put them in the
killed.
worst prison. So, aren't they actually calling us out? Are we at risk for saying things and not backing it up?
Well, I think what should
I don't know about that.
I
happen
don't
if
think
we're
so.
just looking at New York and the United States, I think the United Nations should step up, and the United States has definitely done a tremendous amount. Israel is very supportive of the people of Iran, and we should be.
This is true, and I know people are very poised against Israel, but the truth is that Iran and Israel, before this takeover, had a number of collective goals that they were trying to achieve together. Like, for example, there was a pipeline that they were doing
Yeah.
together. And so there is a point where Iran and Israel can get back and they can work together again because it happened before.
Okay, and
And
also Middle Eastern countries like Saudi Arabia and Dubai, they have like desalination uh, technology and like weather control technology. Where did those came from? They were provided by Israelis to those countries. I mean, when you're a country in the middle of a desert, you need water and you need like rain to survive. So like I read about it, like where you uh, like take a airplane or a helicopter or something like that, and you put uh, like not liquid nitrogen, but like dry ice, like frozen carbon dioxide into the atmosphere, and then you create like rain clouds. That's why, I don't know if you guys ever noticed that, but that's why you sometimes hear news that there have been like massive rain, and because of rain, there have been flooding in Saudi Arabia. So those technology was introduced to Saudi Arabia from Israel. So, and also drip irrigation technology from Israel. It's a revolutionary technology. I mean, they made it after that, the Dutch improved it, and the Dutch probably use it the best drip irrigation system. And people need food, and people can't even get water in Iran because they don't have the access to those technology because they wanna because the regime kind of runs the country like, oh fuck yeah, we got resources, we're gonna sell this resources, and we're gonna create kingmaker in other parts of the Middle East, or in our surrounding countries or in our neighboring countries, so that we can establish our ideology through those proxies. Like it's a dumb archaic concept. Just leave your neighbors alone. Try to improve the life of your own citizen and create nice relationship with through trade with your neighbors. And it's a win-win-win for both of the country and also the both of the countries' common general citizens. But Iran is not for that. I mean, not the Iran, but the Iranian regime is not for that. People of Iran are very good, but the regime is fucked up.
it's just because of the current government why it's not happening.
No, it's not happening. Yep.
So yeah, before the dog Ayatollah, yeah, exactly, right? So
Yeah,
I think it will
dog.
happen.
Yeah, it will happen if the
using
regime
these
gets.
diplomatic tools and other measures when they don't work. But we
And
should
that'll be
first look
better.
at places
That
like
will be better for us and also better for Israel. And it'll just make everything
That
better.
will be better for
Straight
the
up, it will
whole
just be better.
world. That will
the
not be
United
better
Nations that
for
have been very
Israel
silent
or
about
Iran
what's
or
going
for
on in
America.
Iran.
That will
The
be
Secretary General hasn't
better
said
for the
anything.
Middle
There's
East.
been
That
no
will be
urgent
better for the
Security
whole
Council
world.
session convened on this serious matter. The only urgent Security Council session convened this past week was about Israel's recognition of Somaliland. That's all they seem to care about. If it doesn't concern Israel, the United
Somaliland.
Nations doesn't seem to be
And
concerned.
that's the risk. If we go in there, then
Yeah.
we become the problem. The problem is
No, America can't involve themselves directly with this because then we will be agitators in a foreign conflict.
Yeah.
And whoever takes over after the Iranian government is overthrown will be seen as a American proxy or a Western proxy. They
Yep,
have to
exactly.
have their own governance.
Yep. And they need to get rid of the dictator, like the general public of Iran. They need to get rid of their own dictators because if somebody else comes and gets rid of the dictator, it will create just like a proxy government. And and then that proxy governments like will fall. Example, Afghanistan. Like US did that. They stayed in Afghanistan for 20 years. Guess what happened? The Taliban came again and took over Afghanistan. So it doesn't work.
the people are
It
rising up
has to
against the
happen.
government. The risk is if we're
It
too
has to happen
aggressive, then they say
organically,
the
and it is happening organically. Yes, we need to embold and empower the citizens, the common general citizens, share their stories with more people so that they get the support of the world. Because when you give them that hope that yes, the rest of the world knows their sufferings, knows about their story, they will be empowered by that and they will get rid of the regime.
U.S. and Israel are behind this,
Seeing
and
posts
that
popping
becomes a
off. Yeah,
distraction.
I'm going to look at the more of them too.
I think ultimately what the Iranian people want is not necessarily boots on the ground, but they want an active disassociation of Western governments from the Islamic Republic, from aiding and abetting the Islamic Republic, using diplomatic tools to isolate the Islamic Republic and supporting the people in their...
Yeah, you've got to also keep in mind that, like, Iran's being strangled to death with sanctions, too.
Yeah.
6-year quest for freedom.
Do you think BRICS nations will send support to Ayatollah regime? No, I don't think so.
No,
right.
no, they won't.
They're an unpopular, horrible regime, and their days, I hope, are over. Thanks so much. Great to see you.
I don't think they're going to at all.
No,
I mean,
BRICS won't support Iran. Here's one reason, because like, if a democratically elected government comes into the power, they can do more trade with them. So why the fuck, like, if you can make more money with another government, why the fuck would you support the government which basically funds a terrorist group that literally hijacks ships in the open seas, which where they're losing money on it? Like, I'm talking about the Houthis. Houthis capture ships, don't they? And Houthis are funded by Iran. So you don't want like a nut job with wild gun. Like, imagine imagine if you have a bear, like you're walking through a trail and there's a bear, like a bear might come and might snatch some stuff from you or might kill you. Yeah, or might kill you. Would you want to like support a would you want to like give money to a guy who feeds a bear? No, you won't. Like, 'cause you would want to kill the bear and you'd probably not gonna support the guy who like gives food to the bear, because the bear is dangerous and it will fucking kill everybody in the trails. So yeah, simple logic, guys.
like, it's possible that they would help them, but I wouldn't really expect that to happen. I would find that to be very, very unlikely. Oh, this is crazy. Reminder that the body positivity movement was started by a Muslim woman who was the victim of an acid attack. It was never supposed to be about fat people. So here we go. This is another big component, is that this is another version of cultural appropriation, that women in oppressive societies that try to control the way they express themselves are now having their culture stolen by fat, greedy hogs in America so they can feel good about eating more food.
Iranians are rising up against their dictatorship, and I have to ask, where are the protests on college campuses?
Because they're dumb, they won't do it because it goes completely against their ideology. They won't do that. Like the most college protests, like college campus protests, they do the protest because they hate their own skin color and they hate their own nationality and they hate their own country. They hate US. They hate the US passport. They hate that, oh, if they're white and blue haired, they probably hate their own skin color and their own race. But they don't understand the fact that, like, your self hatred or your self hatred doesn't mean jack shit. Yes, there are certain things wrong about your country. Yes, a lot of your ancestors did something horrible. Yes, but that doesn't mean you bend over backwards and let the Islamic fundamentalists rape you. I'm sorry to be that blunt, rape you, or in the metaphoric sense and also literal sense. No, you know that your ancestor did something horrible. Okay, fine. Create a atmosphere where everybody's treated equally based on their merit. You're not gonna fucking like abandon, like give up your position to somebody who's less deserving because reparation. That's dumb, like theory. That's a dumb concept and that's a dumb theory.
Reason why there are no protests on Iran on campuses here in America is that the Iranians pushing back against their oppressive, theocratic, psychopathic, terrorist government that is an Islamic dictatorship, basically, is moving Iran closer to the Western world.
Oh,
And once
yes.
you understand, I'll talk about this a lot because they don't care. Well, it's not that they don't care. You have to understand that all
It's,
of their
yeah, it's not that they care, they hate Western civilization. That's it. And they don't even want their own Western country to remain Western, but they won't leave their Western country. They are bashing the Western civilization from the comfort of being within a Western civilization or being in a Western country, which gives them the right to free speech. Because if you're not in a Western country, you're in a like a Islamic country where you don't have any freedom of speech, you'll be jailed. But they don't like that they're in a Western country where they're free to voice out their opinions, even if that opinion goes against their own civilization.
values and all of their goals is completely about degrading Western society,
Yep.
Western culture,
And
Christianity,
freedom of
and
speech.
anything to do with capitalism.
Yep.
So anytime that something happens that is in favor of one of those things, they will be against it or they will not support it. Even if it's something that's good,
Yep.
they will
They won't
still
support
not
it
support it.
because it goes against their
False, that's a
ideology
lie. It
completely.
absolutely isn't.
No,
And
it's
that's the
100%
reason
truth.
why, like, what else could be the possible reason for why these people, why we're not seeing these mass protests and a mass amount of people that are supporting Iran? Why is the reason? What is it?
Because it
There's
goes
no other
against their
reason.
ideology. That's why. That's the reason.
Iranian regime is open firing on civilians. Where is Anna Kasparian? Where is Tucker Carlson? These are real
Yep.
freedom fighters trying to topple an oppressive regime, and yet there are no statements from the UN or Amnesty, the groups that claim to care about human rights and peace. And this is
That's because, again, it is all about deconstructing and destroying Western culture, Western values, and
Oh,
Christianity.
yeah,
That is the
exactly.
entire focus they
And also
have.
freedom of speech. Western civilization, Western ideology, freedom of speech, democratic values. They want to destroy that. That's their arch enemy. And they want to destroy, like left wing politics, they want to destroy that. They want to create an authoritative regime where everybody and everyone is controlled and every thought is controlled. They want to destroy that. And in order to achieve that, they will ally themselves with fundamentally radical Islamists who also behaves like left wingers, like hardcore left wingers. But at the end of the green and red alliance, the green always wins and decapitates the red. Because guess what? The the left wing people or the hardcore leftist people, the the people that they ally with, the radical fundamentalist Islamists, they are significantly way more radical than anybody who has Western democratic mindset, who values freedom of speech, and who is also Christian. Plain and simple. That's why woke people will enable Islamist radical jihadists because they think they are their ally, but the Islamist radical jihadis, they laugh at them behind their back. It's like they're stupid. They're just giving us more power. They're just increasing their power levels. And when we come to the power with the like woke people, the first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna kill the woke people. Because it has happened in Iran. The left wingers, along with the Islamists, they got rid of the Shah, Reza Shah. Yes, guess yeah, he's not like a democratically elected leader, but he was very westernized leader. He was westernizing Iran very quickly. So yeah, that's happened in Iran already. All right, let's go.
And all of these different institutions have been infested with these people that do that.
With the woke virus. Yeah,
That
that's
is
for
their
sure.
core operating principle.
Yep.
Just another example of what we've known.
And the reason why I'm saying this in such a blunt way is because I want you guys to be able to recognize it in the future when it happens again.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
I want to be able to look back and say, do you remember when I said this? Well, here it is. It's happening again.
All right.
And it's going to keep happening over and
It won't
over
happen.
and over.
It will happen
Especially with
again
Christian
and
growth
again.
in Iran. Christianity is the fastest growing religion in Iran.
People don't do
it's
anything
extremely
about it.
small still, obviously, but it is the fastest growing religion in Iran. How's it going?
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
Stop playing Centrist already. Well, let me go back. I'm gonna pull you up real quick. I think
also
you
a lot
totally
of people
Waterman.
in
I like
Iran-
your old content, but this ain't it. It's like it feels this way. It sounds this way. I don't give a shit about this.
All along that the
And-
anti-Israel
Waste of time.
crowd never cared about
Also, a lot of people in Iran, they are actually like converting or reconverting to their ancient religion, that is Zoroastrianism, which is, I read about it a little bit. Sounds very cool, interesting, but yeah. So
innocent people suffering.
Yeah.
It was never about just criticizing Israel. It was never about not liking war. And
Yeah.
sure, there are some people who have absolutely no idea what's going on in the Middle East, and they've just been
don't
talking
care.
about things that their friends are talking about. And so
Yeah,
if their
less
friends aren't
informed.
talking about this, they're not going to talk about it. But let's be honest, there are a lot of people who are just blatant anti-Semites or who hate the West and hate liberty.
That's what it really
Exactly,
is.
yes,
Yeah, some people
exactly,
hate Jews,
sister.
and so they're against Israel. I think that there definitely is a component for that, but it's more or less that Israel represents Western values and a Western encroachment inside of the Middle East. It's undeniable that
Bingo.
Israel is
Yeah, Israel is Jewish, but Israel is a very Western country in Middle East. And a lot of people, I'm not just talking about Middle Eastern, like a lot of people who hates the West, mostly the radical leftist and radical fundamentalist Islamist, they hate Western ideology like it is the worst thing on the planet. At the end of the day, we are in the age of ideological war. It's democratic Western value versus fundamentalist Islamic value allying themselves with extreme far left ideology.
not a completely Western country, but it's also undeniable that Israel is much more Western than, let's say, Iran
Yeah,
or
for sure.
Hamas.
or Saudi Arabia.
So that's what I was saying before. Every single time it is either for or against that same value.
And they're not going to criticize the Iranian regime because they actually share its goals.
Yep.
There's absolutely no argument for why any person who has any idea what the Iranian people have been through, and this includes the media organizations like the UN and Amnesty or politicians, to not be supporting the protests that are happening in Iran right now if they also
Absolutely.
support human life and flourishing. If this revolution succeeds, it will be a win for literally everyone.
Do you even get how prevalent anti-Semitism is? Yeah, I think it's really bad.
Yeah, anti-Semitism is bad. And
yeah,
it's
it
gonna get
definitely
even
is.
bad. It's gonna get
sure.
even worse.
I mean, we make Jew jokes all the time, is what it is, right? I make jokes about as many ethnic groups as I can. I'll be making jokes about them.
Yeah.
There's some ethnic groups I still can't make jokes about on Twitch, but if I could, I would be doing it constantly.
You can't make if you can go into ChatGPT and you can ask ChatGPT who's the best human in the planet. Just do that, and I can assure you is probably one of the worst. The answer that ChatGPT gives you, that's probably one of the worst human being on the planet's history.
Yeah, of course. I don't care about this at all. But they're all just jokes. If people get mad about that or they're taking it personally, that's not my problem.
Yep.
Who cares? Somebody gets mad over a joke, fuck them.
It will be a win for the
Really?
innocent people who
Who
live
cares?
in Iran, who will now have the opportunity to build a liberal democratic society. It is a
Yeah.
win for the West, who has been threatened
That's
and
why they're
attacked by
mad.
Iran for decades.
Yep, that's
and
why they're
it will
mad.
be a win for neighboring Middle Eastern countries whose terrible governments have been
Yep.
uplifted by the regime. The
Absolutely.
only people who would not consider it to be a win would be the jihadists,
That's
who
right.
the Iranian regime have been funding and uplifting since its
Yeah,
Yep.
left-wing
You
people
are
find themselves on
absolutely
the
right,
same
sister.
side as jihadists because jihadists also hate the West.
Yeah, exactly. Left-wing people, like hardcore leftists and also jihadis, they are basically like they're like long lost brothers in their hatred against Western values.
And so that's the reason why you have a lot of these like weird liberal gay, like some like lesbian, some like blue-haired lesbian
Yeah, queer for
that's supporting
Palestine.
Hamas.
Yeah.
Like that's how it happens.
So as you're seeing all of these anti-war, silence is violence, resistance is justified accounts completely ignoring what's going on right now, just understand exactly what they're supporting.
Yep, 100%. I think that's the reason why you see a lot of those different accounts not talking at all about Iran. And I'm going to go over and show you guys this. It has gone absolutely fucking
Holy
insane.
shit.
Like the
That's a lot of
any
people.
degree and any level of, let me go back, see if I can find this. Oh yeah, by the way, something also very funny. Petition to deport Nicki Minaj reaches 70,000 signatures. It's so funny how lefties become the KKK once a non-white steps out of line. Absolutely, by the way. I've said
It's
this
hilarious.
before. I will say it again, again, and again. This is always the way it is.
Yep.
So we have more of this too. Okay, here we go. Iran is on fire. Yes.
For the first time in 47 years, the people of Iran are not running. The regime is. Here
Exactly.
is IRGC hiding in a store. Here
Wow.
is the Iranian regime police
Holy
station.
shit, things
in a
are.
city getting
So
burned
they're burning a police station? Fuck, man, it's going intense.
down. Here,
Mm-hmm.
you're looking at statues of Iranian regime leaders getting
Fuck.
destroyed. You're looking at IRGC hiding.
Destroying a statue, that's like destroying a symbol of the regime. And the common general public, they are doing that. Damn, that's insane.
Some of them are quitting, fleeing, joining the people in the streets.
That's
Yes.
right.
They're
Roach out.
disappearing when facing the mob of Iranians.
That's right.
Over 1 million Iranians are in the streets at this point.
This is
It's
insane.
getting bigger and bigger. For 47 years,
They're
the
pissed?
rage
Yeah,
was
they are.
bottled
Yep.
up, crushed down,
Yep.
and forced into submission. Now it's
Beaten by the morality police because a lock of her hair protruded from her headscarf.
That's fucked
These
up.
people are oppressive, psychopathic, religious,
They're nut
fundamentalist
jobs.
parasites.
They're fucking nut
and
jobs.
the closer and the sooner that they are totally fucking removed from power, the better the entire world will be.
Yep.
They are awful. They're terrible people. They will beat you for going against anything. They oppress women. They oppress gay people. They oppress anybody that they disagree with.
They oppress anybody who values life. They want mindless zombies who will listen to them. Not mindless zombies, sorry. They want worker drones who will listen to them and make money for them so that they can use that money to fund proxy wars throughout the whole world and assign government who are aligned with them in their neighboring countries. That's the regime itself.
Are awful.
They are horrible people.
Who
Monsters,
the Iranian government?
actual monsters.
exploding out.
They're psychos.
Not asking, not waiting, not stopping. This
Why
is
is no feminists getting upset about this?
Because
It's
they
what I
don't
said
give a
before.
shit. It doesn't
not a
align with
protest
their
anymore.
ideology.
This is the first situation. It's
Yeah.
Sorry, it doesn't align with their objective, their ideological objective. That's why they are quiet.
offense. And this is what happens when fear switches sides. When Iranian men of valor understand the
It's gonna
regime
happen, too.
only survives
Yep.
on intimidation.
Yep.
Freedom does not
got
negotiate
the lion
with a
out.
terrorist regime. It moves forward. Iran is not looking at history. Iran is
He's
making
making.
Yeah, this is
Yep.
crazy.
For the
Like, things
fuck
that
yeah.
feminists don't exist anymore, so liberals are terrorists. Liberals will always find themselves on the side of terrorist organizations because terrorist organizations hate the same things that they hate.
Yep.
That's
Because they both have the same ideological objective, that is getting rid of Western values. liberals and terrorists, that's why they ally themselves. Like liberals and jihadis, they they will say that no, all culture is the same and blah 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 crap like that. No, I mean, if all cultures is same, why don't you value Western culture? Why is Western culture so much hated? Why? I don't get it. Why Jewish culture is so much hated then? Tell me that, liberals, like liberal people. They will do that because they hate Western values. They just want to get rid of it. And that's why they're going to ally themselves with jihadists who also hate the Western values as much as, if not even more, than the hardcore leftist. And guess what? The jihadis, they also hate the hardcore leftist people. They're just allying themselves because the enemy of my enemy is my best friend.
It's the reason why it happens. Look at this here. I don't even know how many people are here. It's actually fucking insane. Holy shit.
Yep. That's a lot of people. That's like a sea of
Disgusting
people.
subhumans, Iranian people. Yeah, I'm so glad this is happening. There's been it's Iran's people becoming increasingly bold. The regime is now in mortal danger. I think that the chances of Khamenei living for like another
Not Khamenei.
2 months are like pretty much zero. I think that any day Iranian patriots versus Islamic regime thugs. There you go, right there again. Let me see if I can find any more of these too. And this is France is supporting them as well. Since 2018, it's illegal to buy and sell fireworks. Oh, this is some other thing too. Let me see if I can find the rest of it. Islamic regime security forces are dragging women off the streets and into prison for demanding free Iran. Where are all the Western feminists? Any protest marches planned in London?
Like, okay. All right. So the feminists, the question to feminists, like, if they are dragging a woman throughout the street, it's police brutality. Why aren't you speaking out against that? Why are you quiet? Why are you doing that?
This weekend? No, why not? Because all of these organizations have been totally taken over by these Islamic terrorist group interests, and they are working either intentionally
by jihadists. Let's just call it what it is, by jihadists,
or unintentionally in the best interests of literal Islamic terrorists.
Yep.
That's what's happened. Check the betting site to see how long he will live. You're right. Actually, that's a good question.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, look at all this.
Holy shit.
Over
Fuck me. That's
people,
like
apparently.
A lot of people. Fuck yeah.
Oh my God.
Holy shit.
I think, honestly, I think it's over for them.
They're cooked. I think the regime, they'll be done for. They will be done for within this year, for sure. Maybe it will take only 6 months. Or maybe 8 months, but they will be done for within this year, for sure.
Like one day I'm going to wake up and that guy's going to be dead. That's what I think is going to happen. Yep. Or it's going to happen while I'm alive.
I will say amen to that if that guy dies. Very soon. Because that guy is an actual monster. And may he burn in hell for all eternity.
And the moment he's gone, the entire thing falls apart. Like, I think that people don't realize, like, how symbolic that will be. As soon as that guy dies, it's done. The whole thing is over.
Yep.
It'll be on your day off? Yeah. I won't take a day off. I don't want to miss this.
Shit, people are fighting on the street, I think. Yep. At some point, when you don't have any hope for a better future, all you want to do is burn everything down. So, yeah.
It's not true. There are Iranian protests in London tomorrow in solidarity.
Are they speaking inshallah or ishara? I don't know.
With the Iranian people? Yeah, we'll see what happens. Everyone needs to take their country back? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, to be fair, like, Iran is like a much different situation than, like, let's say America, right? Iranian folks are now capturing regime soldiers.
Holy shit.
Oh my god. Holy shit. And
Actual
yeah, I guess
soldiers
so.
firing through the middle of the street and people are recording it. That, like, holy shit, that's like fucking weird, like fucking surreal, not weird, sorry. Like to see, like you're driving to places and you see like police shooting to the protesters. Damn.
And no such thing as London anymore. We'll see who the protesters actually are. It won't be lefties. Well, we'll see. High retarded commies in the West, Iranians are revolting against your jihadist allies, and one of them is braver than all of you combined. That's true. Is it like never listen to like one of these like anti-ICE protesters and like have them talk about like how dangerous it is? This is actually dangerous. Like you could actually get killed in something like this. Whereas with other stuff, absolutely not. Yeah, let me go back down. Let's see if I can find some more of these comments too, because there's been a whole lot. And where did it go? Okay, yeah, here's some more of it. Super dangerous? Yeah, it actually is. And from Bonos indicates Iran security forces fired shotgun shells at protesters.
Shit.
Oh yeah, no doubt that's what's going to happen, right?
Yeah,
And let's see.
like if they had the capability to kill everybody, the regime, they would have killed everybody. It's just the people, the number of people that came out to protest is way larger than how many bullets they could muster or how many people they could kill.
If I can find it. I'm Iranian. I don't know if I want to watch the entire thing. And let me see if I can find a few more of these comments here. The Free Everybody People, Everything Brigade wants the courageous Iranian people rise up against the mullahs once again. Again, it's just, I hope that people will always remember this. Oh, here we go.
They break the statue.
Oh, this is, yeah, this is recent. Oh, wow. Look at the statue.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Is the statue of like Ayatollah Khamenei, or yeah, Ayatollah Khamenei, the first guy who uh, led the regime. Yep, it's his
Look at
statue
this.
probably. Yeah.
Go back one, relax. So I don't think this is them taking it down. This is like just them
This
putting
is just
it up.
like putting
And
them
now
up,
how's it?
glorifying it.
Oh,
shit.
well, not so good, huh? How about
Yeah.
that? Thank God. This is amazing. What do you suggest we do besides complain? Well, I don't know. Just voice your support. Yeah, I mean, it's really just that simple. I mean, like, there's nothing else really beyond that you really can do. I mean, like, that's really all there is to it.
Hang on.
There's nothing else. Well, I don't know. Just voice your support.
Okay, this is the actual Prince of Persia. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's really just that simple. I mean, like, there's nothing else really beyond that you really can do. I mean, like, that's really all there is to it. And let me see if I can find a few more of these comments here.
I'm a political refugee from Iran. I'm a political refugee from Iran.
Okay.
I've been to prison. I've been under Islamic law. And I know how it starts and I know how it ends. And it always starts with the, for some reason, unity of left and Islamists.
Yep.
And it scares me.
You're right on, brother.
So
You're right on.
I came here to be free. I chose Canada.
Smart.
As my second.
Oh, bad one.
Bad decision, brother. That's like bad decision, brother. Bad decision. But seriously, yeah. Sharia law always gets started by the unholy alliance of the red and the green. The green are the jihadists, and the red are the freaking hardcore leftist, liberalist, and also woke people. That's the unholy alliance. The start of that is a start that will destroy. That is the start of the storm that will ravage through humanity, decency, freedom of speech, democratic values, and they will treat human beings like cattle. They will strip. That unholy alliance is the start of a storm that will strip your basic human rights and humanity itself.
Starting the cycle.
Home to live in a free country, and I'm beginning to get really scared.
Yep.
Because the way things are going,
Wise
it looks
man.
like they're going to basically appease Islamists just to not raise any ruckus or something. They're just going to appease them step by step, and they're not going to stop. They see it as a sign of weakness, so they're going to take more and more.
Exactly.
And, I'm
If you give them an inch, they will take a mile from you.
against that. I believe Canada should be free, and freedom of speech is something that nobody can take.
He is completely fucking right. And
that's
I think that's
his life experience. He saw that happening in his own country. He escaped that, came to a Western country, and now he's seeing the same thing repeating in another Western country where he hoped and dreamed that he and his next generation would live with freedom. But he's seeing that even the West is getting corrupted by the jihadists because the fundamental leftist people, hardcore leftist people, they will enable jihadist people. And once you start giving them an inch by inch, they will take a mile for every inch from you, and they will strip you of your freedom and humanity.
exactly what's going to continue happening more and more and more. And so, yeah, I think this is really, I'm going to see if I can pull up a few more of these. Actually, Americans don't give a shit about Iranian protesters. We're sick of being world police. I think, again, Donald Trump, Trump
fair.
tweeted about this. He
That's
said,
fair.
if Iran shoots and kills peaceful protesters, which is their custom, the United States of America will come to their rescue. We are locked and loaded and ready to go. Thank you for your attention to this matter. I do think
That's
that
good.
we should help the Iranian protesters. I don't think that we should do any sort of military intervention.
Yeah, US should not play the role of kingmaker in Iran. It doesn't work. It didn't work in Afghanistan. It won't work in Iran. It's the general public of the general public of Iran needs to elect their own leaders. Yeah, we can empower them a little bit, but you don't have to go all gun ho against the regime because it's not gonna work. It's gonna become like Afghanistan 2.0 where the Taliban where you replace the Taliban with the Taliban. So that strategy has been tried, tested, and it doesn't work. So why would US repeat the same strategy again?
Because it has to be like done by their country. Like we can't just like force this to happen. But I do think that we should support them. I think it's a very good use of our money. And I'll explain why I think it's a good use of money, because like there are some people that misunderstand this. The reason why, here's the reason why. We have to spend so much money in counterterrorism, in ship security, in trying to prevent Iran from funding another terrorist group, in trying to create countermeasures for Iran's military, and everything, that if we can just have this stop happening, we will be saving, I'm not even kidding you, billions of dollars a year.
Yep.
Literally billions of dollars.
It is a problem for decade, like the regime is a problem for a decade, and it has been a thorn against US, but it hasn't become a massive problem yet. So you need to nip the butt of the problem before it becomes even more massive. So yeah, you need to get rid of the regime, not just for America, for other Middle Eastern countries too, and also for the whole world too. You can't have jihadis ruling like a country which are militarily strong, because if you have that, because jihadis, they are too idealistic, they don't care about whether they live or die, because they think that it's their moral obligation, not moral obligation, that's their divine obligation to kill everyone who is an infidel. And who is an infidel? Everybody who is not a jihadist. Even peaceful Muslims who doesn't subscribe to jihadist ideology, they will kill them too, because according to their eyes, according to the jihadist eyes, they are infidels or kafirs. Yep. Or kufars. Yep.
A year we will not have to spend because these people won't be doing this shit anymore. I don't think people understand the amount of ripple effects that having this psychotic, insane country there, and then also, by the way, Iran is being funded. I mean, is you know, it is a attack dog basically for Russia and China. So if you're able to stop Iran, you're also able to stop the spread of that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, Iran feeds terrorists. Absolutely, they do. They 100% feed terrorists. So yeah, I would.
This supports and they fund
we would
terrorists.
spend the money. Well, I don't know about that. So what happens next to the country? I don't know, but it's up to them.
Think of it like this: Iran is the biggest bear, and terrorist organization like Hezbollah, Hamas, Houthis, ISIS, they're the cubs that is getting nursed by the bigger bear. If you get rid of the Islamic regime in Iran, well, the cubs will not get any more nourishment.
Direct involvement risks delegitimizing the process. Optics are crucial. Well, it's also about maintaining the people. Like, if we help them do it, it's not going to be seen as like a... it's not going to be seen as something that the Iranians did. It's going to be seen as a military intervention.
Yep.
From the Israeli angle, less support to Hezbollah, Hamas, and Houthis will reduce our military's aid. Yeah, of course, right? Yep. Iran's the 5th largest oil producer, but the people are struggling because where's the oil money go?
It goes
probably
to the
goes
terrorists.
to the different terrorist organizations. That's the problem. Is that it's a terrorist government. It's a terrorist country. And so they keep trying to build bombs and shit like that. So, yeah, I think we should try to shut it down.
Oh, yeah.
Iranian here, you don't know how much we love your First and Second Amendment. If we have guns, we would have been for 18 years ago. Muhammad 211, there it is. Absolutely, bro. Like, I get it. You're forgetting USA is #1 terrorist country, lapdog of Israel. Yeah, okay, whatever. But like either way, I think that we should be helping Iran because they're oppressed by a terrible government, and it'll save us tons of money, billions of dollars over the course of the years, right? I don't want to argue with you about America being bad or not. This is still in our best interest.
Every country has some clauses under its sorry, not closet, sorry. Every country has some skeleton under its closet. That's for sure. But the important thing is we need to let go of old grudges and move forward so that a government, so the country, what is a country's first job? The country's first job is to help its own people so that it can help its own people. So how do you achieve that? The most peaceful way, by cooperating with other countries who are not psychopathic lunatics. And if you get rid of a psychopathic lunatic country, well, everybody else can cooperate within themselves. Global trade flourishes. Everybody wins.
Yeah, who gives a shit? I don't think people understand how much oil's in America. Yeah. Do you realize the reason Iran is an Islamic country? The reason Iran is an Islamic country was helping Iran. No, I don't really think so.
It's not helping Iran.
And also, maybe it was the case. Like, why does that have anything to do with?
Iran was a massive empire when it was like Persia was a massive empire before Christianity even existed. So Iran being an Islamic country doesn't help Iran at all.
This, like, I mean, it's very obvious that their government is bad. Like, why is anybody even debating this at all? It's just so common.
It's just dumb.
Common sense logic that, like, yes, obviously that's it. You guys throwing rocks, holy shit. Let me see if I can find a few more of these, and I'll pull up another video about it on YouTube too. Where is it? Iranians fighting back against jihad.
Good.
Holy shit.
Fight against jihadists.
Oh, bro.
The whole world needs to destroy jihadists.
They're lighting them on fire.
The guys
Holy
are fucking fire.
Let me see if there's any more of these that are worth looking at, because yeah, there's been even more posts about this too. Let me go. Iran protest. That's right, don't support them. It's supposed to. Yeah, I mean, again, it's just democracy and security forces dragging. I already saw this one before. Yeah, there's been a lot of these that are just coming now. and across 19 Iranian provinces.
Damn.
Holy shit. Oh my God.
19 provinces.
Protesters now taking down the flags of Iran's Islamic regime across the country.
Good. Good for the common public. It was not the original flag. They created this flag after the removal of the Reza Shah Pahlavi dynasty. The Pahlavi dynasty. Yep. It's this flag is a symbol of the Islamic Republic of Iran, and even the people want to get rid of that symbol. That's good. That's a good thing. Destroy the symbol of the regime. Destroy the statue. Destroy the flag. Burn those flag. Reintroduce your old flag, which was the symbol of a Western secular Iran.
Get them out of here. You think after the revolution they'll be able to beat Israel? I'm going to be honest. I think that after this is over, the last thing that Iranian people are going to be thinking about is starting a war with Israel. Like, not even that they like Israel or don't like it. I just think that they have a lot of their own problems to deal with.
Yeah, like if it's after this revolution, it's gonna be a broken fucking country. They need to rebuild the broken country that they have left. It's a dried up, shriveled up, broken country because of the regime and the protest. So the Iranian public, they will most likely, not most likely, for sure, definitely will focus on rebuilding the country and making a better society in general. Then they might think about like spending or whether or they want to fight with Israel or not. But I think, and also Israel will most likely help them too, because in the past, Israel and Iran, they were really good allies. So yeah.
Like, I mean, let's fucking be honest here, guys. Like,
Yep.
is that really what's going to happen?
It's
They'll
not
be
priority
weakened?
number
Yeah,
one.
Why the fuck would they do that? So, Iranian women are removing their veils?
Good. Good.
God
Fuck
damn.
the jihadis.
Wow. Well, mask off? Yeah, they're going mask off, exactly.
True mask off moment here.
Yeah, and a Polymar prediction, so about 60% of people think Netanyahu will step down in 2026. Maybe. I mean, after I don't know what
old.
Israel's internal politics are, but I know that the Gaza conflict is not it's not like everybody agrees with how he's handled it. And I think that there's a lot of people that have not.
Holy shit, people
CIA
are burning the
director
flag.
confirms Iranian protests are Israeli false flag. Oh, okay. It's every single time. It's Mossad agents that are facilitating the protests. Well, they're doing a good job.
They're winning it if they're doing that.
This will greatly accelerate women's rights in the Middle East, too. Iran was extremely liberal before the Islamic Revolution.
Yep,
yeah, I think
exactly.
that's true, too. You're right.
They were a very liberal society, but they got fucked over by the jihadis.
No, it's not even on the table. I don't think anybody really supports that. Like sending people over to Iran, I find that to be very, very unlikely.
The guy is getting caught. Fuck, man. The guy's getting caught by the
no, they
police.
won't, because the puppet will be Raza Parvazi, who's their heir to the monarchy of Iran and who will join the Abraham Accords. Maybe. I mean, I thought that like he said that he wasn't even going to kind of he would help lead a transition, but he wouldn't necessarily just take over.
Yeah, I mean,
Protests in
he
Iran-
said that in multiple interviews that he doesn't want to be a king. He just want to hold the fort, then transition the country into a democratic process. So, yeah, I mean, if the people want him to be a king, the people will get a king. But if the people doesn't want a king, he already promised that he will make sure that the country goes through a democratic system. So, yeah. He's clear about what his intention is.
Have spread to over 7 cities. Holy shit. Look at this. Oh my fucking god.
Holy fuck. Like so many cities.
Holy shit.
Holy fuck.
Well, yeah, it's GG. Yeah,
Not
I
just
think it's
only in
basically
Tehran.
over. I think
It's
it's so
over.
over for them.
It's
We have a
fucking
shit ton
over.
of problems. Israel isn't one of them. Yeah, they're not going to be thinking about fucking Israel. Yeah, so apparently shit is just totally on fire now. The USA will help Norway if Russia goes to war against us. I don't think that's going to happen, man. I wouldn't assume that was going to happen. And anyway, let me see here if I can find it. Where is it here? Iranian regime helping shipping in other terrorists to torment the people and try to stop them from
Yeah,
rebelling.
they are recalling the Houthis, the Hezbollahs, because they're short on staff. They can't like the regime doesn't have enough foot soldiers to deal with the protesters, so they are calling in their proxy war dogs from the other countries, like the Houthis, Hezbollahs, probably even some people from Hamas, but I don't think they'll get that many people from Hamas because Israel is gonna get rid of him. Israel kind of brutalized Hamas, which was necessary. They're probably calling people from ISIS too. So yeah, they're importing their proxy soldiers back into the homeland so that they can devastate the citizens of the homeland who are protesting against the regime.
Uh-oh. Only a small section of Iran is super into their regime. That's true.
Yeah,
Remember,
because
folks,
because they get benefits from the regime. That's why they're super into the regime. They don't care about the common public. If you get benefit from the regime, you will definitely support the regime. So yeah.
only Jews do things. That's right. If something happened, it's because of a Jew.
Yeah.
If a president gets elected, Jews. If a president doesn't get elected, Jews.
Jews.
If a president gets killed, definitely Jews. If a president doesn't get killed, believe it or not, also Jews.
And even if a president farts, oh, because of the Jews. It's always the Jews.
That's right. A dog gets shocked.
Jews.
Let's be honest. Let's be real. Israel probably does have a hand in this. They would love regime change. Yeah, I think it's beneficial for Israel. It's beneficial for the United States. It's
for
beneficial
the whole
for
world.
Saudi Arabia, I think. It's beneficial for Qatar. It's beneficial for everybody in the region if Iran it has a regime change. Absolutely.
Because you have to understand this. Shias really hate Sunnis. Saudi Arabia, Qatar, UAE, okay, yeah, UAE, Bahrain, Jordan, Lebanon, all of them are Sunnis. So the Shias really hate Sunnis, despite all of them being Muslim. And the hatred starts from 1400 years ago. Yeah.
It's nothing. It's not. That's nothing that's unique to Israel.
Yeah, they're fucking.
I'm watching this. Yeah, the
going
reason
really
why
ham
you're
against
watching
the
this.
flag.
That's right, Jews. The dog gets shot by a streamer on Twitch. Also Jews. I don't think it's beneficial for Saudis. I think
It is.
It definitely
It is.
is. They share a like the fucking. If you look at the geography, they're like kind of if there's something that wants to get shipped in there, Iran is right next to them. And also Saudi Arabia is Sunni Muslim and
exactly.
Iran is Shia Muslim.
Shia.
So
Shias
these
and
people,
Sunnis
it's
hate
not
each
like
other.
they're aligned religiously.
No, it's sectarian ideological battle. Even within the same ideology, it's sectarian ideological battle.
There is like, I'm sure there might be like a greater alignment if like they were all threatened. Maybe they would be able to work together, sure. But like right now, no, there's not a direct alignment there.
No alignment at all.
Good knowledge? I mean, it's not knowledge. It's fucking obvious.
It's
like,
a fact.
I mean, I don't know what else to say. Strait of Hormuz? Well, yeah, that was the place that Iran. So, and this is the thing, right? And I'll. If you just look at this again, and I pulled this shit up. Where is it? Iran. You see right here, this is the Strait of Hormuz. This is the area that they were thinking about trying to lock down during that war. And you can see very clearly there's Saudi Arabia. So, like, think about it like this, right? If Iran is causing problems, what the fuck is Saudi Arabia going to do with all this waterfront property? That's going to be really bad, huh?
Yeah.
Because you've got all these fucking crazy assholes.
If there's a blockade of like Strait of Hormuz around in the Persian Gulf, like Saudi Arabia can't really access the sea that well from that part of like the Persian Gulf, can they? It, Iran has prime maritime trade territory. Iran should not be that poor of a country. It doesn't make any sense at all.
That are over there that might fuck up your boats. Because think about how close those boats get to Iran. They're
Very
pretty
close.
Yeah, I mean, really, you just look at the fucking map. You're going to see this as a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if you were playing a tower defense game, you would put this is a good way to look at it. So if you were playing a tower defense and you were Iran, you would put all of your towers
around
right here.
That triangle.
You would put every single one of them right here, and you would say, "No boats.
No.
No more boats."
You will effectively choke down Saudi Arabia's access to the sea.
Ain't nobody coming through this bitch. So we trade with Saudi Arabia. We work with them. UAE, Qatar, Kuwait, even Iraq to a very small extent too. We deal with these guys, and so all of the things that we get
all of
to
the
and
things
from
will
these
get
areas is all
shut
going
down
to be cheaper if we
because
don't
of
have
Iran.
to worry about these retards causing us problems.
Yep.
It's going to make everything cheaper. Probably not by a massive amount. And if you
But it will get cheaper, significant amount for sure.
to be honest, I don't know if really the customer is going to see any of this, but it will be cheaper to do business because you don't have to worry about this. Now, I'm sure all of the costs and the reduction in cost will be completely eaten up by executives and other people up there, sure, but it will make it cheaper. Cheaper wholesale, at least. Eggs won't be cheaper. Yeah, exactly, right? That's what I was just saying. So, yeah, and let's see if there's any more of these that are worth looking at, but, oh my God.
Shit, that's like a shit ton of people. Fuck me.
Iran has a long history of attacking oil tankers. Saudi oil tankers? I don't know about that.
Yeah, they do. They do have a history of. Man, I'm amazed by how many people that there are on the street. Fucking hell, that's a shit ton of people.
Should export all this. Iran remains to make chips and reduce RAM costs for the world. I mean, as I said, Iran used to be an incredibly educated country. The people there were
They
very...
are still very educated country. It's just they can't like think about it like this. Iran is like a bottle of soda. Yeah, it's mixed like a bottle of soda is mixed with extremely highly carbonated water, which you shake will explode. The carbonation is kind of like the potential of Iran and the Iranian people, but it's not getting a place to escape because there is a cap on top of it, and the cap is the Islamic Republic of Iran, which is making sure the potential doesn't explode and explore new avenues of science, technology. So, yeah, because they want to make the whole country jihadist, but the whole country rejects the jihadist ideology. Because at the end of the day, the jihadist ideology is like this: they will kill everybody who is not jihadist. When your only focus, only single focus is that either turn the whole planet into jihadist, radical Islamic jihadist, or kill everybody who doesn't accept the radical jihadist ideology. Like there is no debate of thoughts and ideas. So that's why their potentials are locked up under a barrier that is the Islamic Republic of Iran. That is the regime.
Smart and are very smart. It's just that many of them can't do that anymore.
Yeah.
And so I think that really it's just going to continue to become even more like that. And this is a new one here, too. The 1980s Tankers War and in 2019. Yeah, I don't remember that.
I hope there was some
Their country's not running a
subtitles,
factory.
but oh well.
Yeah, sure. How'd that happen? This, I think it's a death of 1,000 cuts, right? That's it.
Yep.
President Trump, thank you for your strong leadership of support and my compatriots. This is a warning issued to criminal leaders of the Islamic Republic. Gives my fuel greater strength and hope. Hope that at last the President of the United States is standing firmly by their side.
Yep. The actual
As they
Prince
risk
of
their lives
Persia
in
is
this regime's
tweeting that.
46-year reign of chaos and terror, they send me with a responsibility and a message to seek the relationship with Iran once had with America that brought peace and prosperity to the Middle East. I have a plan for stable transition for Iran and support for my people to get it done with your
See,
leadership of the free.
He is clear about where he stands. He wants to like transform the country into a democratic process and a peaceful and stable transition of power. So yeah, he's putting his cards out. So he doesn't. I don't think he has any hidden agenda. So it's only time can tell. But yeah, seems like a genuine guy. So I support him. Although I'm not Iranian, I don't even live anywhere near Iran. But if I was an Iranian guy, I would definitely support him for sure.
World, we can leave a legacy of lasting peace. Yeah, see, it doesn't have to be like this.
Yeah, Iran, like this was Iran ages ago before the Islamic Republic took over Iran. Can you see how amazing it was? How beautiful, how clean. It looked beautiful. Now look at it. People can't even get drinking water. People can't even buy bread. Inflation is super duper high. And also, the old flag was badass. The new flag looks like shit.
It does not fucking have to be like this. This is how we can have it. The same thing can happen again.
Yep,
It's not impossible.
exactly.
You see that, guys? And so, yeah, he's crazy popular. He's the most popular person for, representing Iranians right now. He's not the majority most popular, but he's like 30-40%, something like that. So yeah, well, don't do the same thing. Exactly. And yeah, they'll send troops. I don't know if they will or not. I have no idea. But I think this is a great thing, and I'm really happy to see it happen. I think the next couple of days, will be very revealing. I'll say that.
All right, yeah. Thank you guys for listening to my video. It's a long one again. I'll try to keep the videos short, but I just have so many things to say. Sorry about that. But yeah, if you like my content, please share, subscribe, and with your friends and family. And also, bye.